What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This your boy Elijah. I am here for a moment to, kind of give you an update on how my holiday went. Um, so leading up to the day, I had already prepared myself that it was going to be hard. Uh, and what I did prior to that day was go to GriefShare. I want to say it was the week before, and going to GriefShare really prepared me for that particular day because in GriefShare it talks about having a plan, and it could be doing things the same. It could be doing things totally different than what you're used to, and so I began to try to do some things or set up some mental parameters, if you will, of how that day would go. One of the main things that I did was ask my kids what would they want to do. Me, I just wanted to do nothing. That's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to do nothing because uh, I felt like it would be a hard day going into it, obviously, but I thought it would be really really challenging for me to move through the day. So I was like, it makes more sense for me to just do nothing. But I talked to my kids, and my kids was uh, more of wanting to be around other people. My kids are in the mindset of that they're moving through their grief, um, and they want me to be better. They want me to feel better. That's where they are now. You I've even asked them questions that, how do they feel about if I was to even date again? And in their mind is, and I'm not saying that I'm there. I'm just wanting to know the temperature of them, and for those that care, um, just so everybody has a different time gauge on uh, when they're comfortable to date, marry, see people, talk to people. It's not determined by you and your timeline and your grief process, right? Just so that people know that. And so I was talking to them, my kids. I was talking to them about it, and one of the things I said, so what if I wanted to date like today? And they said, okay. I said, what? Are you serious? They said, yeah, Dad. Whatever makes you happy, like I asked one of my kids. I said, how do you feel about having to, potentially have another person as your mother? You know, they said it'll be weird. It'd be weird, but um, I would get used to it. One said, I said, so what if I stay single forever? You know, and they said, well, Dad, whatever it is that you want to do, I'm rocking with you. You know, uh, and so that was very comforting um, as a father to know that my kids um, love me almost as the way that I love them, wanting to see them happy, right? But I'm their disciplinarian, so it's kind of obviously it's different. And so going back to that particular day, or leading up to that day, people call me, just to check on me, see how I was doing on that. They checked on me on that Wednesday. Uh, Shout out to Kiana, for kind of not kind of, but talking to me that day, and just really ministering to me. Um, Even prior to that, just saying, whatever you want to do, Elijah, on that day, just let people know, and so people won't have to speculate and have to guess. So if you are a person that's in a grieving process, you want to make sure you communicate effectively what it is that you need, what it is that you want. And if you are a person that is around someone that is grieving, then you just need to be the person that honors what it is that they're asking, right? And the thing about it is, lead it. Even though I knew that the day was going to be hard, I I also knew that God would be there with me. Like I understood that, as He says, He would never leave me nor forsake me. As He said, Psalms 23, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. I understood those things. You understand? And so uh, that's what I knew, but I had an idea of my feelings would be all over the place. And so Thursday comes, and I know that. Well, let me go back. So Wednesday, Tuesday, or something like that, somebody asked who was going to be doing the cooking. Gianna was like, "Who's going to do the cooking?" I said, "There's somebody's going to do the cooking." Shout out to Miss Amber, and she said, "Well, who's doing the strawberry pie?" Just like that, and I said, Miss Amber said she gonna do it. Gianna said, "Can I help her?" I was like, "I'll call and ask her." And Miss Amber was like, "Sure, why not?" And so she came over to make the strawberry pie. Gianna was excited. I mean, her energy level in making the pie was incredible. I asked her later what made her want to do that, and she said, because it's something that mommy did every special occasion, and I wanted to do that. So she will have the memory of making the strawberry pie that's her dad's favorite, in honor of her mom, as well as to honor me to make the pie. And she did a wonderful job. You can go to Facebook and check it out on my page. And I really kind of, I almost lost it. I mean, I just didn't want to cry in front of Amber. That's probably what it was. But I got choked up because here is my daughter um, loving me, um, you know, in a way that I was not thinking that she would do. Like I didn't even like that was not on the agenda that that Gianna would be making it. So I didn't have a plan, right? But that's okay. And so the wave of emotion was a good one. I was proud of her. I am proud of her. I'm proud of all my kids, for what they do and what they're doing in the process of losing their mother. And so the day comes that, and I wake up. I don't know what time I woke up, but it was. I think I ignored a couple people's calls and texts and stuff like that because I was like, man, I'm just not gonna talk to anybody. I'm not gonna deal with anybody. And then somebody end up calling, and I say, okay, well, I answer the call, and they began to encourage me about what it is that I could be doing and why people were trying to reach out to me. And I said, okay, well, let me have a different approach. But I didn't get out the bed until 12:30 though. Um, but I did have the kids clean up the day before. And the reason why I got out of the bed at 12:30 is because I was just like, man, I don't want to deal with this day. But I know I got to deal with this day. I know people are coming over, so I got to get ready and prepared. You know, when I got out the bed, I began to try put clothes on or whatever, and uh, I didn't get no tables ready. Like I didn't get anything ready for them to be here around 2, and I think they didn't get here till like 2:30 or 3. And so watched the game. Had people call me in between those times, and so my mom was preoccupied for most of that time. And then Oh, and then there was a moment before they got there. There was a moment that before they got there, which was very interesting. I was looking for my clippers to cut Ethan's hair, and and I couldn't find the guards. I couldn't find the guards to these clippers that I had, and have no idea where they are still. The guards, they go on. I needed to cut it to a 0 or 1 because I wanted to look pretty decent, solid for the day. Because everybody else had got their hair braided, even Joshua. Because if y'all don't know, he has long hair, um, and so I go to the bathroom and I'm looking for things, and then I find this letter. I find this letter that Jen had wrote probably about, I don't know, 6, 7 years. It had to be more than 7 years ago because he's in 7. So maybe almost 8 years, 8, 9 years ago, possibly, right? And I began to read the letter. It's 5 pages. I'm like, this is bananas. It's bananas that I find a letter on Thanksgiving Day from Jenny. Uh, what I mean by find, I mean that I had seen it before and I had read it before, but I didn't remember it. I didn't remember it, and then of course I got emotional then, and and then I read it to the kids. I read it to the kids so that they could hear and see what their mom thought about me, you because there are times when, as a man, you don't know how you're doing as a spouse or as a father. You know, you can only speculate unless somebody tell you. And so she told me in that letter, and from that point on, she would tell me pretty regularly. Uh, and so the letter was simply telling me about how she honored me, how she wanted to honor me as a father, as a husband, um, as a friend, you know, and et cetera, et cetera. And so that was pretty cool. And so the day went on, and I'm watching the football game, watching the Cowboys make dumb decisions, make some good ones, make some bad ones, right? Uh, and my brother came over, he just chilled, and the Wrights came over with their kids, and so it was just, I think it was like 11 kids here. For some, that's a lot. For some, that's not. And they enjoyed themselves. Ate dinner, ate, uh, and they left around 8, and it got a little better. It was decent, and then had um, called a friend and we chatted, and my day was over. So it was like I did better than I thought I was going to do. After all of the thoughts of, man, this is going to be bad, it's going to be bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then Friday came, my kinfolk Zach came over, um, and we he helped me cook chicken, bake some chicken on the grill or whatever. Man, that was cool. It's big cuz, and we talked about life, talked about what's going on in our individual lives, uh, and I appreciated that. I mean, he was very honest and open with me, which allowed me to do the same. You know, um, and so that, I don't know, that was probably like 5 hours, and he brought his daughter over, and two cousins, and they played with Gigi, and they had fun. Played Uno, flip Uno. Oh my gosh, the game is. I like it when I win. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And then Saturday comes, and I'm still kind of like, okay, well, I'm just resting, trying to make sure that I do rest because I haven't really been doing that since I do homeschooling. I won't say I got to get up, and I have to do a lot of things once I get up. And they said, "Daddy, we want to put up the tree." And I was like, "Do you want me to help you? I want to do it by yourself." And they said, we want you to help, Dad. Josh was like, I want you to help us. And so by the time I got out there, it was a little later than expected. And they said, well, we just go ahead and start. That's what we did. And so I started. I'm sorry, they started, and I got out there. I was, I was okay. I was okay. You know, I was probably 6. I don't know, about at 6, and start putting the tree together, because this is something that Jen would do. She would put the tree together, and then I would come and put the last parts on it with the some of the ornaments and things of that nature. Uh, and then my son Joshua, he said, "Dad, I'm gonna go put up the stockings." I said, "Well, don't forget to put up your mom's as well." And he went and did that, and he said, "Dad, I'm finished." I walked in there and I lost it. You know, I just lost it. It was a wave that I didn't see coming, and I couldn't move. And so because I couldn't move, I just, you know, I just, embraced the wave and let it hit me. And Joshua just stood there. He just, he may have been watching me. I don't know. Um, I didn't say anything. Then Gianna comes in and she says, "Daddy, are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." And she hugs me. She starts crying, and I'm like, I know this is going to pass. I understand that, but this is where I am. And so I didn't. So I did good on Thursday and Friday, but Saturday when we began to put up the tree, and we put up, and Joshua put up the stockings, is when you know the grief hit me, and it's a part of the journey, you know. And I'm so fortunate that I have a savior that looks out for me on a regular basis, uh, with people calling, people texting, or then I just went to go read the word. Once after that happened, I went to go read the word, listen to some worship music. I did some journaling. I cleaned. No, that was Sunday. Sunday I cleaned my room. I believe Saturday or Sunday I cleaned my room. Can't remember. And what I come to understand is that it's important to uh, let those moments happen, and also talk about the person that you lost, to somebody to help you with your grieving process. Um, it was like and then for me, Jen was the individual that inspired me to push past obstacles. She would tell me, "Yes, we can, we can have a moment or a day where it just hits you and it just bothers you, but we're not gonna do this over and over again." You know, she was able to move on. Like she would be quicker to move on from arguments than I was. Just say it like that. And so where I'm at now is um, today is a day that God has given me to glorify Him in everything that I do. I am going to be a phenomenal dad. I'm going to be a phenomenal worker, whether it's my business, the Humble Dad, or with my real estate investment business. Uh, I am going to do great things for the kingdom, and that's what it is. And then, you know, and I pray that you allow the Holy Spirit into your heart, into your life, and see what He does. Well, until next time, that's all I got. You know, make sure that you share this video with somebody that you think that it would help. Like the video on YouTube for the algorithm. And, until next time, we out of here. Deuces.